Day TV. We're going to show you how to make the basic steps in making an acanthus pot. First, you have to clean the mold. If you don't clean the mold, what happens is the cement will stick to the mold and ruin your mold. So you got to clean the mold, and then the next step is we're going to oil the mold. What we do is we'll take a liberal amount of oil and put it on the mold. Not a conservative like Harper, but a liberal like Justin Trudeau. Yeah. Oh, gee. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And when you do this, you're probably going to get dirty with oil. Paint the oil on the mold. You also have to paint not just the inside of the mold, but the rim where the other mold is going to meet, because the cement leaks out and you don't want it sticking to that part of the mold and causing damage. So you gotta oil that up as well. I often make pottery. Each piece that comes out is an original. Sometimes there's flies in the mix. Sometimes there's grasshoppers in the mix. Sometimes there's leaves in the mix. And that's why every pot from Robinson Lawnmowers is an original. The acanthus leaves are a symbol of heaven. My brother corrected me on that one. Sham. His real name's Paul. I'll never forget the time my mother and father, they were fighting over what to name my little brother. And I remember the old man would say, "His name is Sham." And my mother said, "No, his name is Paul." And then the old man would say, "No, his name is Sham." And she'd say, "No, his name is Paul." And then my old man won out though, because everybody knows him as Sam today. But when I recently, we had to get his birth certificate, and there was she registered him as Paul, so she got her way in the end because he's Paul Samuel. Put the mold together, there's a guide. They have numbers, and the numbers have to line up with the other, correspond with the other numbers in order to get the mold together properly. See, there's a 4 there, and there is the mold so old that you can't even see what the number was. So I'm assuming that that's a 3 or a 1. After you've secured that wing nut, I want you to just turn the mold clockwise. Yeah, so then we can put this one on. Right here. There we go. Does that feel right? Because we might be wrong. Okay, you don't have to tighten them. They got to be loosey-goosey at first.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so now I got to clean the other one because I want to put that one on last. Once had a big white horse, and we had to move it with a crane, and we were moving it, delivering it to a customer's place with a crane, and all of a sudden. Something happened. The hit a pothole or something, and the poor horse broke in two. He was a horse and a half a horse. Yeah, we also used to sell a lot of swans, and the swans they were like the hardest thing to make because of the beak and the way the concrete goes into the mold and that, and often. You know, the swan will come out, but then he'll be missing the tip of his beak, and it's bloody frustrating that way. But anyway, I sold this swan to this European down at the beach. Very nice man. And as we were delivering it, he said, "I can carry it. It's not heavy." And of course he dropped it, and when he dropped it, it landed on its beak and it broke its head off. And he said, "Now what am I going to do?" And I says, "Don't worry about it, pal. Now you got a Swanosaurus." Yeah, Wes, he really likes making the pots. When I left the homestead, we kept the pottery business there, of course, and so Wes took over where I left off, and so he made pots. And it's funny though, one of my pots was still around, and he had made a pot. Someone backed into my pot, and my pot didn't break. But my pot hit Wes's pot, and Wes's pot, the neck broke. So Wes was very upset about that, and I just laughed. My pot was stronger. Okay, we're just about ready now to take it over to where we're going to pour it. Okay, there's a loose one. Okay, this is the point where we transport it over to the area where we pour the pot. Now what I need is a bucket, and you also need a trowel, and you also need steel to put in the neck. gives it strength, and then the fun begins now, mixing the cement. Since we last were talking, we had just oiled the mold, and we have put the mold together with these wing nuts and that, and we have poured it. So if you notice, as I put the water on it, it's going into the hole for the drainage. I've been doing this all day. We got an Elvis impersonator that lives right across the street. He just won't give up on Elvis.
How's your Elvis impersonating?
Well, they used to call me the next Elvis when I was young, and actually Elvis was still alive when I was doing Elvis. So at this point of the juncture, we're going to do the reveal, take the mold apart, take all the bolts and nuts loose, and this is very important to be really careful with the mold, because the mold is made of aluminum, and it cracks. It'll crack if you start manhandling it, like hitting it with a hammer. You'll crack it, and that's no good. So you got to use a rubber mallet or a piece of wood. Murphy's Law, you know, if something is going to go wrong, something will. Yeah, it's best to use wing nuts. A lot easier than using a bolt, and eliminates the use for adjustable wrench, or not fumbling so much. Then you can do it just with your fingers and your hands. Oh yeah, you should wear gloves, because of you're dealing with oil, which of course can cause cancer, but everything causes cancer these days. And I know the cure to cancer, which is weed oil. There, that's not bad. Also, when the mold is taken off, the next step is oiling it, cleaning it, and then putting it together again, and then doing the whole operation over again. So. Any areas that are really that have air holes, bubbles in the mix, what I do is I put a slurry coat over the pot in the end in order to make it all uniform, because there are tiny holes. Okay, we're getting there. It's coming. There it is. So now it's loose. So now all we got to do is like pick it up, and there, presto, there's your acanthus pot. The next thing you got to do though after that is you got to soak the whole pot in water. You keep it in water for sometimes even a whole week. There we go. Presto.